It's awesome that we can help other people's businesses, sometimes significantly. Some of our vendors who do a lot of work for us where, because we set up the system, we have the trust of the owners, we have the tenants, we can actually help people. Then these other businesses get to benefit because they don't have to market to us. They're already working with us. And a lot of it's repeat business. Some of it's not fun, like well, it's an exciting time for you.
Yeah.
As you get to go hang out with a bunch of motivated people. Want to tell everyone where you're headed this week?
Yeah, for the Rosenberg Group down in Houston, Texas. It's ground school, they call it. It's a 2-day event. There's roughly 30, 40 people in the room. And they do this session is sales. So Marketing was in February, which Howard Lim was there. But I think it'll be the three amigos at this one.
All right.
Nick, Adam, and Tony. I'm pretty sure they'll be doing the sales. I don't know details.
All right. And those guys handle the social media marketing for Steve Rosenberg, which he was kind enough.
Closing and all that.
Yeah. Oh, everything. So the nice thing is, they tell them what content to make. They cut it. They edit it. They showed us how they have, 130 A/B tests going at the same time. And then they just figure out what works, what intro, what hook, what call to action. And they're doing it at scale. He showed us thousands of thousands going in and coming out of that. So awesome.
Yeah, Nick he's kind of the marketing dude. And then I think Adam is the setter. And then Tony's the closer. So they kind of all three work on the prospects and sell it. So
3 different dogs to bring in the goose.
Yep, pretty much.
That's awesome.
But they're good at it. Yeah.
And just being in that room though with there's going to be new people who are just signing up for a coaching program or checking out a program like that, who are learning how to work on their business, not just in it. They're going to have some of the repeat offenders who just know that there's always something to be gained every time you go to one of these. And then just like I said, just being around people who are kicking butt or trying to, like, they have that little bit of drive where they know there's something better out there.
It definitely elevates you going down there for sure. You feel a little levitated when you come back. Definitely is a good shot in the arm.
Well, I'm definitely having some FOMO. But
July and then September, Steve will actually be here.
Oh, I can't wait. We're going to double dip because it'll be September and October. So
right after, back to back. It's literally that next week, like when we finish that conference, we literally like fly back with him.
Because it's the last week of the month is that. And the second to last is our apartment association convention. So
that'll be cool.
Well, and for anyone who, when you have a speaker like Steve Rosenberg coming, who can just take any business and amplify it, I wish there was a way to get him to a non-apartment association event.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that, 3 hours of him would be just killer to have to the public, but we'll see. Maybe we can convince him to come
we just need 10 grand and we can make that happen.
So if you are a business owner looking to improve your business and get out of working in it and working on it instead, then please donate $10,000 to GoFundMe to bring Steve Rosenberg back to Bismarck for all business owners, not just the apartment association.
So that association, can other people buy tickets to that, or is it just
not typically?
So it's member only thing?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. But we can ask. They might be able to switch it because he's a different caliber. He can speak to a room of 6,000 people. He'll speak to a room of 6 people. So it's a little different because of just what he can do and how he can help people. So
yeah. No, I was going to try to promote that, but I don't know. I'm on the board. I should just ask Gail. But tonight is the chamber mixer.
Yep.
At that new venue, Eclipse.
Yep.
And that's where we'll be having that. So I think some of the apartment association members are going there to kind of look at it to see where to set things up and kind of get their eyes on it, basically.
Perfect. Yeah. It's one of the few venues that actually has enough parking. So, but yeah, just for anyone in town here, the old Borrowed Bucks is now a venue, and I have my friend having a concert there Saturday night. So I have a walking dart tournament, and then I'll finish by watching my friend scream in a microphone for 90 minutes.
What band's that?
Vendetta Spoken. So May 16th, be there.
Love it. And then Parade of Homes this weekend.
Yeah. It's like fashion week for home builders.
Yeah. And I guess the reason I'm bringing all that up is because we're talking about, today's episode, Why Community Involvement Actually Grows Businesses is the title of it. And so I'm on the board for the Home Builders and the Bismarck Mandan Apartment Association. So that's kind of why we started off kind of bantering about some of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to build a business on an island. Like, we're literally, and we might even cover this later, but it's like, this is a contact sport. we can't do everything ourselves as owners or even just this business itself. Like it takes a whole team. And it's awesome that we can help other people's businesses, sometimes significantly. Some of our vendors who do a lot of work for us where, because we set up the system, we have the trust of the owners, we have the tenants, we can actually help people. Then these other businesses get to benefit because they don't have to market to us. They're already working with us. And a lot of it's repeat business. Some of it's not fun. Like, hey, my toilet turned into a swamp and is trying to crawl at me. Help. Like stuff happens, but yeah, there's two parts of that, but really just being in the community and not just pulling, like, they say give and take. Like part of like being on a board is give. It is volunteer time. As far as I know, no one gets paid to do that. I'm on our local board of realtors, and then I'm on the state board of realtors as well, and some committees therein. And sometimes those hours add up. So
yeah. Especially for planning events and being on the committees aside from just the board meeting. You typically are on a events committee or some sort of committee along with that adds extra hours. But basically marketing today is more than just ads. It's trust, relationships, reputation, community involvement creates visibility and credibility over time. And people, they want to work with businesses that actually care about the area, right? So it's like going to the sporting events, who's sponsoring the kids' events.
Yep.
I got a logo for Fix It All up at the hockey rink up there on the sideline or whatever. But it's just it's marketing, right?
Yep.
It's building some of that.
Well, it's
brand actually, recognition and being involved with the community.
Well, I just think of our marketer, Lovely. She made this card and she's like, well, I want your face on it because, I don't think we're a big business by any means, but to a tenant who only meets a leasing agent, and then everything else is done through phone or email. They don't know if we're 500 people or if we're 2 people or what. So she always likes to put our face on different material because she's like, this is human company. This is local people trying to manage local things. So she's always a proponent of that. And she had to kind of stop me and she'd be like, so I'm like, I don't want my face on this. Like, I want enough. And it's just like, no, you're local. Like, people get to know you. That's one of the perks of working with you is they get to call your cell, not a 1-800 number. And then here's your ID number for, your service request or like we deal with. Okay, here's your 15 minutes. Good luck.
It's there's a credibility too that goes behind building some of that trust. Like I don't remember, is it 5.7 or something is the number for more closing referrals, right? So it's something like 5.7 times more. Like if I were to refer you to someone, there's already that credibility. But it's not, just about that. It's about being involved. We're not like a population in a community of 4 million, right? We're small hometown, right? So it's you got to be involved, right, to grow your business with it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's one thing to just throw a logo on something or throw some cash here or there, but when you're actually involved, like some of the stuff I like participating in is like our government affairs. Obviously, I'm working on some stuff that's going to involve all of our associations that we're a part of, just to help protect this industry. But it's amazing because like the 80-20 rule applies. 20% of the people in the trades are actually doing 80% of the work. And even that 20% of those actually volunteer their time to lead and assist the future of the industry. It's no different in property management. I mean, that's why there's not 400 people running for city commission. There's like 6 or 3 in our case right now for Bismarck. It's always a little kind of thing that I just kind of muse about, just how small the participation is, but how much it affects the large. But it's just fun. Like I think of like the home show, walking through the home show, and it's, hey, what's up? You're talking to friends, people that I've known for years, like Heritage Exteriors. I think of like Brandon Langang. Right when he first started, he and I did a class at a home show with another realtor, Jeff White, and we just presented. They had a stage that year. We've been friends ever since. So we did some co-sponsoring at the Mandan Rodeo. I mean, it was fun. We get to hang out with a whole different lifestyle, really. Like I'm definitely not tackling any steers anytime soon, but some of those opportunities are fun. And now there's a face and a name. And then, hey, when it's time to think of, one of the products we serve, they like, oh, I know this name. I know they're here. I see their sign when I'm stuck in construction on the strip of Mandan.
One of my goals for you is to get a legacy race car.
Ooh.
I think that would be cool for you.
That's funny. I have to go do a business trip to Fergus Falls. Sorry.
So if you're a race car driver out there and you're good and you want some logos on your vehicle, look Bill up.
Not a guarantee. No, but I mean, it's just a fun part of when you're doing community service, whether you're actually, I've served a lot of meals with the Optimist Club of Bismarck. It's one of the associations I'm a part of. And it's just kind of fun to just step out of the normal, where I'm not solving a tenant problem or owner, I'm not fixing a form. It's just like, hey, I'm just serving people. They don't know me from John here. This is great. And it's just kind of a nice step out. And it kind of is like you feel refreshed a little bit, and you're also very grateful for some of the things that we end up doing. And it's cool that some businesses locally like send their employees out because, as business owners, just having a business meeting, we're spending almost $250 an hour. Now to say, go volunteer and I'm still going to pay you for that time. It's like, that's literally donating thousands of dollars. So it's really cool that they do that. And it does, you want to work with companies like that, just like you said earlier. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. I see their team. I know their ethics. Like that goes a long ways. It's not just here, give me money and I'll spit out a product.
Well, no, I think it goes back to ethics. When you see that, it's like that owner truly believes that it's going to come back, right?
Yeah.
Like we had a person break down. He was an older gentleman. He broke down in the parking lot and he lived out of town. He had a car full of groceries, didn't have a pot to piss in, and his vehicle broke down in our parking lot. So it happened to be like at 4:00 or something. I was actually out of town, and the team was texting me, telling me the situation. And they're like, hey, we can get this guy back on the road. We just have to get him an alternator. And the alternator is like $100. What do you want to do? And I was like, let your conscience be your guide. So I kind of just left it up to the team. Like, what do you got? Whatever you guys want to do. If you want to go to get him an alternator and change it out, whatever you want to do, that's fine. So they went and got him an alternator. They swapped it out. They put it in. They went and returned the core for him. He got on the road, got back to his family.
Wow.
And like next week I came back, he came back in and he's like, he pulled out money and he's like, hey, I want to reimburse you for what you and your team did for me. And I was like, good, it'll come back. Right.
Yeah.
It'll somehow, some way it'll come back.
Yep.
And he teared up and walked out and said, oh my God, there needs to be more people like you. So it's just, to me, it's like, I'm not looking at a vanity metric and it's just not about that. I just truly think that when you do good things, it does come back. And that's part of the sponsorship and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's just, they always say the golden rule, do unto others. Well, that's kind of this too. Like, our goal in building this property management company is to affect our community. Like we want nicer places. We want happier tenants. We want safe tenants, like on top of being able to provide some of the fun things like, helping a local race car driver, get wheels for his ride or whatever. There's a lot of cool things that come from that. But it is, life is a contact sport. This, because it's people serving people for people with the help of other people. It's just, there's a lot of bodies going around. So that trust that relationship is very, very important. And then when you can give back, it makes it fun. And then just being consistent with it too. Not saying you have to sign a 10-year, like I will forever wrap presents at the Kirkwood Mall, right. Even though I think I've been doing that now for 10 years, but it's fun. But it's just saying like, it's not. But
that might trickle down to the team doing it for you, or you might have a team member go do it for you, right?
Well, even friends. It's just some of the events are so fun that it's like, come on with, so it makes it fun. But it's, even saying all that, like when you're at the event, that's not the time to be soliciting business. So, I'll say this as a rule of networking, like the event itself is to be there and be present, but the relationships you make, that's where the follow-up call is so huge, and hey, I saw you at XYZ. I was really, really interested in what you're doing. Can we meet for coffee or whatever? That's when people are like, hey, I need this. They're talking like product materials, like, okay, do you just want to hand the next plate over so we can feed the next person? Like, yeah. So there's a time and a place, but it's so cool. Even last night, when I got a text from a stranger, Hawaii number. Hey, this realtor's referred you, said you're really good with the property management. It's like, okay, Hawaii, I have a name.
McLovin.
Yeah. Oh my God. Exactly. All right, McLovin. I should put him in the system as that. But it's just, it was a referral. Someone who I had literally just taken a class with 4 weeks ago. And it was an AI class, and it was just talked a little bit, business owner. And, I had no idea that was coming or that they even had a client, but it was a referral through that. So it was really cool having that relationship and then just knowing like, yeah, give him a call. He's gonna answer. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, and I'm a true believer that money highlights what you are and what you believe in. So if you're an asshole, it's going to make you
Bigger asshole.
bigger asshole. If you're nice, then so when you look at these companies that invest a lot of money into the community and give back, it's truly a real good color. Or it shows their color, their true colors. And I'm excited for us because even both of our eyes lit up when we heard Kevin Patterson talking about how he gives back turkeys and stuff like that with the vendor thing. Like we both lit up with that. So it's like, I know when we make lots and lots and lots of money, I know that it's going to be a really good thing for the community.
Oh yeah. I definitely have plans for a charity thing I want to recreate for my youth. So, but yeah, that's one of the beautiful things is when you don't have to manage the day-to-day kind of, once you've had the Steve Rosenberg effect or, what you do right now, Casey, where there's systems in place. You aren't the cog in the wheel, like the company's running itself, that you can spend some time doing these things, sitting on charity boards and other opportunities that aren't necessarily trading time for dollars.
Mm-hmm.
But the impact can be, huge scale.
Yep.
And I mean, just when we talk about, that was just a charity, but like in our day-to-day operations, I mean, I have to work with investors, bankers. I work with other realtors. We have realtors showing our properties. We have to work with insurance agents. We have our contractors, our in-house maintenance. We have other contractors. I mean, just our day-to-day operation, we are in contact with a lot of people at all times. And there's a lot of overlap there. I mean, I don't know, how many different trades do you think you come across in a given week that you're having conversations with? Or...
A lot, definitely a lot. Yeah, I mean, well, you have to have a specialty license for natural gas, electric, and some plumbing. So it's like that stuff. When that happens, you have to get them people involved with it.
Yeah, and then we're going to want, hey, who do I trust is going to show up and who isn't going to be an arm and a leg, like our elevator repair that was $1,000 for 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lesson learned the hard way. Or as I've been trained to say now, tuition. Now we know. Don't make that phone call. Don't call that company. But some of the things too, with the networking, like it is, you were talking about earlier, you get, when someone refers you, there's a higher chance of doing business, but there's already a level of trust. Like if I give my friend to you and I expect, hey, they need a door replaced, like I'm trusting that you're going to take care of them. And I think they call that relationship equity, but it's, there's a part of that trust goes in that. So like one of the things we did at Legacy, because I am a realtor and a lot of realtors work with investors, is like even in our owner agreement, we have that clause that says, this is the referring agent. If this property ever goes for sale, this realtor has the first right of refusal, basically, because they come and go too, like any business can. But just trying to say like, yes, I am a realtor, I'm competition, but the property management is here to serve its purpose. I'm not trying to steal leads or steal other people's clients through it. So just trying to respect that line,
Yeah, and just to circle back with some of that donating things, it's like, for my construction company, we've helped out with a few projects of donating time. And I think when you give back to the community and when you help out stuff like that and the team's getting paid for it, it helps build that culture, right? It helps build, like, they're like, holy cow, he's like donating our hours to this. We helped with they redid a couple rooms for the Bismarck Cancer Center. We helped with a couple remodels of that. So we had almost full 2 days of labor for 2 guys. And it was like, it builds culture that helps internally too, is where I'm going is it helps, it makes the team proud of where they're working at, that they can go and give back. I've done a couple of rebuilding together, which is
awesome one. I love that.
Which is just helping, people that can't afford to. And the best part about that, we did flooring for this gal. And come to find out, she didn't have flooring in her house for 10 years. It was just subfloor. Like something happened, it got ripped out. She couldn't afford to. So, and there were some spots that had the tack strip left on, transitions. She didn't know how to take it off. So 10 years, she had this tack strip transition that she would just step over, right? So we went in there and, Gate City Bank was part of that
Awesome.
And then we went in there and helped, kind of show them flooring and stuff. The cool part is that was 4 years ago that I did that. So now Gate City, some of the bankers are skilled at flooring now because they've they've done it a few times. So anyway, where I'm going is when we were done, the lady kind of stood out on her deck and everyone was kind of standing there. We cleaned up, the dust settled, and she teared up and cried. That's when she told us she didn't have flooring for 10 years. It was like, holy cow. So just having that impact on it, we didn't ask for anything, obviously, and it was just kind of cool. It affected the team. I could see it in the culture where it was like, we're giving back, right?
So there's real impact. Like it's not just a financial, like some people just don't have the time or capacity. So, but they can throw money at it. And then there's people who don't have either, but they can throw time at it. But yeah, that culture building. I mean, that's like I was talking about the Optimist Club here in Bismarck. When we're serving meals, I've been at the banquet and I've been at the Dream Center. And I mean, it's kind of fun because I've never worked in a commercial kitchen. So when you're making food for 100 and some people, just the process and the chaos is kind of enjoyable. Excellent washer.